Switzerland's trains run on time 92% of the time. Japan's? 94%. But here's what no one tells you. Switzerland's system does something no other country can replicate. Something that makes invading Switzerland a military nightmare. This isn't about punctuality. It's about survival. Let me explain. The hidden military secret. Meet Hans Weber. He's 67, lived in Zurich his entire life, and spent 40 years as a train engineer. Same routes, same tunnels, same bridges. Until 2019, when military officials showed up at his door with blueprints he'd never seen before. Blueprints of the exact tracks he'd been driving on for decades. Every single one of them had something in common. Explosives. Pre-installed. Hidden in the concrete. Here's the number that should terrify you. 3,000 demolition points. That's not a typo. The Swiss rail network, one of the most beautiful in the world, is rigged to self-destruct. Bridges can be blown in under 10 minutes. Tunnels can be sealed shut before an enemy convoy even realizes what's happening. This data comes straight from the Swiss Federal Office for Civil Protection in 2018. Imagine traveling through a tunnel knowing it could become your tomb at any moment. Now imagine that's by design. But why would a neutral country prepare to destroy its own infrastructure? That's where things get really interesting. The geography advantage. Switzerland isn't just surrounded by mountains. It is the mountain fortress. Picture this. 200 kilometers of rail tunnel carved through solid Alpine rock. Over 5,124 bridges threading through valleys so narrow, a single tank battalion can't maneuver without bunching up into a kill zone. A 2016 study from ETH Zurich found that over 60% of Switzerland is classified as militarily impassable terrain. That means no flat invasion routes, no open highways for armored columns. Every entry point is a choke point. Hans remembers his grandfather's stories. World War II. The Nazis were planning routes into Switzerland, and Switzerland made one thing clear. Invade us, and we'll collapse the Gotthard Tunnel ourselves. We'll blow every bridge. We'll turn the Alps into a graveyard. Hitler backed off, not because of Switzerland's army size, because the cost was too high. But the mountains? That's just layer one. The real genius is what they built underneath. The underground bunker network. Here's a stat that sounds fake, but isn't. Switzerland has bunker space for 114% of its population. That's 9 million people. 9.5 million bunker beds. More shelter capacity than citizens. The Swiss Federal Council confirmed this in 2020. Meet Sophia Keller. She's 34, teaches high school in Bern, loves hiking on weekends. In 2023, she was doing laundry in her apartment building's basement when she noticed something odd. A steel door she'd never paid attention to. She opened it. Inside, a fully stocked nuclear fallout shelter. Ventilation systems. Water reserves. Medical kits. Blast-proof walls. She'd been living above a fortress and didn't even know it. If you've ever worried about national security, imagine living in a country where every home is a fortress. Because Swiss law, dating back to 1963 and still active today, requires every new building to include bomb shelters or contribute financially to communal shelters. Let that sink in. Your neighbor might have a wine cellar. Sophia has a survival bunker. And so does nearly every other Swiss citizen. So trains are bombs, mountains are walls, and homes are bunkers. But there's one more layer nobody sees coming. The citizen army strategy. Every Swiss man is a soldier. And after their service, they keep their rifle at home. 140,000 assault rifles, stored in private homes, across Switzerland. That number comes from the Small Arms Survey in 2017. Meet Luca Muller. He's 29, works as a software engineer in Geneva, codes during the week, trains with live ammunition for 2 weeks every year. And in his bedroom closet, right next to his winter coats, a SIG SG 550 assault rifle. Because Switzerland has universal conscription, every able-bodied male serves at 18, then enters the reserve until age 50. If Switzerland needs to mobilize, it can field 450,000 trained soldiers in 72 hours. That's official data from the Swiss Armed Forces in 2022. This isn't a standing army patrolling borders. This is a sleeping dragon embedded in the civilian population. Your barista? Trained marksman. Your accountant? Combat engineer. Your bus driver? Artillery specialist. Could your country mobilize this fast? Probably not. But here's the twist. This isn't about aggression. It's about one single principle that makes Switzerland untouchable. The deterrence doctrine. Switzerland doesn't win wars. It makes wars too expensive to start. A 2019 study from the Geneva Institute ran the numbers. If a modern military tried to occupy Switzerland, the cost would be catastrophic. Estimated casualties? Over 250,000. Time frame? 18 months minimum. And at the end of it, you'd control a country with no infrastructure, no functioning economy, and a population that knows the terrain better than you ever will. It's not worth it. It's never been worth it. And every neighboring country knows it. Hans retired in 2023. He trained his replacement on the demolition protocols, the emergency codes, the fail-safes. We don't want to use them, he told me. But everyone knows we will. That's the point. Sophia still does her laundry in that basement. But now she checks the bunker supplies once a month. It's strange, she said. We prepare for the worst, but live in one of the most peaceful countries on Earth. Maybe that's why. From a satellite, Switzerland looks serene. Trains gliding through valleys. Skiers on slopes. Chocolate factories and watch shops. But zoom in and you see the truth. Every bridge is a tripwire. Every tunnel is a trap. Every citizen is a soldier. Peace through strength isn't just a phrase. It's Swiss engineering. The modern relevance. Fast forward to 2022. Russia invades Ukraine. Europe wakes up. Suddenly, the Swiss model isn't a Cold War relic. It's a blueprint. Finland started updating its bunker network. Austria is studying Swiss civil defense laws. A 2023 BBC Defense report found that NATO countries have bunker capacity for less than 5% of their populations. Switzerland? 114%. If global tensions are rising, and they are, shouldn't your country be asking these questions? You might not live in a mountain fortress. You might not have mandatory military service, but you can control your preparedness. Emergency supplies, community networks, civic engagement. These aren't paranoid fantasies. They're Swiss Tuesday. The train system that makes Switzerland untouchable isn't just about trains. It's about layers, geography, infrastructure, training, will, and the cold, hard math that tells every potential invader the same thing. It's not worth it. Here's what I want to know. Would you trade your privacy and freedom for Switzerland's security model? Or is there a better way? Tell me in the comments. Which country do you think has the best defense strategy? I'll pin the most shocking answer. And if you made it this far, you're clearly obsessed with geopolitics like me. So hit that subscribe button, because next week, we're breaking down the one country that could actually invade Switzerland and why they never will.